What's going on, brother?
Nothing much, man. Let me put my camera down. There we go. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Thanks for having me.
Oh man, I'm doing good, man. I'm blessed. Episode 24. I said, you know what? I gotta get Veejay back in here.
The Kobe. So this is the Kobe. This is okay. All right, yeah, you did. You got the right idea. You brought me in for the Kobe.
Look, I said, you know what? He's so well rounded. I feel like it's so many topics he could cover. Let's pick something that he loves doing, that he likes making money doing. So look, you see, it's almost like he's getting his fix, right?
It's a drug. It's a drug, man. It's I'm uncut. I'm the new Uncut Gems. Watch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good movie, by the way, guys.
Great movie.
To watch.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Right. So okay. So you got the new show.
Yes.
Husky Bets. Right?
Yes.
It's building up.
Got the championship belt here too, man.
I'm sorry. First of all, he has about 5 to 10 different champions. I feel like every time we talk, it's a different belt. Right? He's like,
I keep winning, man. Like if you win, you should get something: trophy, a bag of Skittles, a juice box, something. Mm-hmm. So I just get championship. Look how pretty this is, man. This is up for grabs. Anybody that outbets me over a period of time, this is up for grabs. And no, it's not gold and it's not silver and it's not platinum, but it ain't always what you get. It's who you take it from.
Okay, well, maybe after today's segment, I'll take it from you. How about that? I'm competitive.
You already owe me. Don't start. You already owe. You're in the hole. You're in the hole.
Yeah, me and him, we go back and forth. We bet in door dashes, but he's gonna teach us. He's gonna teach us money betting, right? Mm-hmm. So like I said, new show, Husky Bets, new platform. A big question for you. I want to know is how did you get into sports betting, especially for some of us people that want to jump into it, or people that are novices. How did you get into sports betting? How did that come about?
It wasn't hard at all, man. I'm always picking games. Like that is my thing on my sports talk radio show, Veejay's Unsportsmanlike Conduct. I'm always just picking games, and that's part of my I'm good at this sports talk thing. And once I started to see different ways that you could put a little money on the game, and scared money don't make none, right? That's the old saying. So I was afraid to bet at a time in my life. I was afraid to put bets on games, man. But when you watch as much as I do, and you notice, Kenny, that I am the DVR king. I don't know anybody, and most people that know me, they don't know anybody that DVRs as much sports as I do. And 2-3 in the morning, I'll go back and watch a game. Even if I know the result, I'll still go back and watch it. So I just pick a lot of games right. Then I started studying it. Then it makes sense when you see a certain spread, but you've watched that team play the last 5 NBA games, and you watch that other team they're about to play at least 3 or 4, and you look at that number and you go, hold on, yeah, that's Vegas. They're trying to get suckers in. You start to learn little trends like that. So that's how I got into it, man, picking games.
What was the first successful bet you ever made?
First successful bet I ever made, Carolina winning the national championship after the year that they got that they lost to Villanova when they came back and beat Gonzaga. I put it on Carolina at the beginning of the year. I put like 100 on Carolina at the beginning of the year.
Oh man, beginner's luck, or you just know?
Nah. They should have won the Villanova game. They got up 8. Whistle started to slow the game down. They got up 11. Whistle started to slow the game down, and then Villanova got going, and then we know what happened. Chris Jenkins hits the shot at the buzzer and beat us. He missed that shot. We go to a double overtime after that, and Carolina finishes them off. So, but no beginner's luck. There's no such thing as that in sports betting. Seriously.
That's like a myth.
Yes, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as beginner's luck. If you just happen to pick a horse right, like the Kentucky Derby this past weekend, the longest shot in the field wins the Derby. It's not beginner's luck. That might have been that guy's 1,000th bet on the horse that he put. That's just the big one that won him a chunk of change. Most betting, and we'll get into this as you go through your terms and your questions for me, most sports bettors I'm learning don't make a lot of money. There's really a craft to this and how to make money, and I'll explain that to you as the show goes on.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Nice and juicy, right? Okay, so what, obviously you just told me, your first bet and kind of how you really got into sports betting. What made you wake up? Because I love the VESN Network, and Veejay's and Sportsmanlike Conduct is doing well on its own. What made you? Did you just I feel like you were asleep with your wife. You probably had your 2 kids on the bed with you too, and you popped up and you was like, "I got it. I'm gonna start Husky Bets." So what was it? What made you want to start a sports betting platform?
It was actually a step back. Sometimes in life, you have to take 2 steps back to take a step forward. Right. Back in, you didn't know this because we hadn't communicated, but back in January, I was up for on-air talent position at a network in New York. And I did an audition show and they loved me. And it was a sports betting show. I had never done sports betting real before. I had never done it like, Husky Bets wasn't a thought yet, but I was trying to find somewhere to fit in, on television. And this network auditioned me. Loved it. We ran through a full show. I still have the show. They sent me the copy of it, so I still have it the whole 9, man. And they wanted to bring me back and have me do a second one. Contract was laid on the ground. Everything was ready to go, man. And I didn't get it. I won't tell y'all why, but I didn't get it. It was set up for me to get, and we dropped the ball as a team, in my opinion. And I was really, really depressed and down. Like, I cried. I laid on my bed that morning, and literal tears was coming out of my face. I closed the door. I didn't want to see my wife, my kids, nobody. I really thought I ruined my career, and I really thought I disappointed my fans, my friends, my family, and my kids. And it stuck with me for about 3 days. I was in bad shape, man. As far as my mind and my career, like, all right, I quit. I give up. I can't do this because I can't be me. I can't do this. I'll go work. I'm a salesman. I'll go work and make commission the rest of my life, and that just is what it is. Maybe my son picks it up down the line, and he carries on the torch. And God spoke to me the next morning after 3 days down and was like, I dangled a carrot in front of you, and you bit so hard, you forgot what you're really here for. You forgot what you're really here for. And you were ready to put that on hold to take something because you were going to be seen by 13 million people. And you're going to get that. But you were losing focus on that. And that's what God gave me. And then it said, hold up. I just auditioned for a betting show. Major New York network. They liked me. My bets were even right. I beat everybody on the show. I don't need them. I can do. And then it hit me out of nowhere. I was like, all right, Husky gamble, Husky bets. Make the S's dollar signs. Husky. That's how I birthed. So it came from being knocked back 2 steps to be able to take my step forward and now have Husky bets. That's how it happened.
And you know what? First of all, that was a very, like, I ain't gonna lie.
It's a true story.
True story.
It was MSG. It was MSG. I can say it was MSG Network.
Okay.
I was gonna
right.
At least, go ahead.
But no. I'm gonna say this. I think I love that you were vulnerable and you were kind of tell how that situation impacted you. But one thing I think we got to realize about life is, sometimes we'll speak about God on this platform because we both believe in God. Yeah.
God's the man.
God will take you places, and like he said, dangle things in front of you because he wasn't supposed to get that opportunity. God was just showing him the formula. That's really all it was, man. So I think that's a beautiful thing. So obviously, okay, guys, we got that's how the beginnings of Husky Bets. Go ahead.
And really quick, that's how my career has gone. It's 15 seconds, as fast as I can. When I first started in this business, I got in the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, right? I knew I wasn't going to probably get the money that I needed from the financial aid, but they didn't know for about a month and a half. I went every day, every class for 6 weeks. I gathered as much information as I could. And then the day they told me, yeah, you can't come back, I had so much. I had reels, I had demos, I had stuff recorded on flash drive. I was able to go to a local network there and start VJ's Unsportsmanlike Conduct TV show. Wow. So once again, another push 2 steps back to move forward. And I love how you said that. These steps are just for God to show me the formula because I have what it takes to go create my own. So thank you.
100%. No, blessings. Okay, so obviously we got the beginnings. Let's jump into the education. All right, because for the first time in a long time, I'm in the same seat as my fans. This is me learning. I've been wanting to learn betting for the longest, right? Because it to me is such an intricate. It's become such a big part of sports. Period. Right? People are betting now more than ever. Right. So jumping into it, let's go rapid fire term, and I'll let you break it down. Okay. Go. So first one is action.
Money. You got money up. You got money up. That's hey, what's up? Hey, you watching? Hey, you like? Okay, who you going for? You got action on this? Hey guys, got some action on these. You guys, I see you watching. You got some action on these. You got money up.
You got money up.
You got bread. Cool. You got bread on this because you talking. You got bread on this. All right.
Look, go ahead and sit down somewhere. You don't got action.
Sit down, man. Like, they're gonna blow 3. Call it. They're gonna blow 3-1 lead. All right, then.
So you can do like me. I'm gonna take some of these terms and just spurt them out. They can be like, he knows betting. I'm like, all right. So second one, and I've been trying to figure this one out for the longest. Against the spread.
Well, against the spread is the point. So against the spread is if you're negative like 2.5, you got to win by 3. Or if you don't think they're going to cover, then they can still win, but or still lose if it's on the plus side. But you have to you can't lose by more than like 2.5 points. So it's really just against the spread is just the minus or the plus in the point spread.
Minus and plus and okay. Yeah. All right.
Against the spread. So for teams against the spread, they're going against what Vegas thinks is going to happen or what the money's coming in on, whether it's just a plus or a minus.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Easy. Makes sense.
Yep.
All right. So cover
is covering the points that are on the game. So let's say there's a 6.5. Well, that'll never happen. That's stupid for Vegas to do. A 7.5 point spread on a football game. You can't win by 8, right? You don't see a lot of 18-10s, 28-20, 8-point games. Normally it's 7, 3, 4, 2, 1, 6 within the score in total. So that means you would have to cover that spread, you have to win by 8 points or more. Even if you win the game, you only win by 6. If you put it on them to cover the spread, you lose your money, even though the team won.
But you have to cover that that specific number.
Yep. Now on the opposite side, for the loser, where's the plus side? If it's plus 7.5, they can still lose, but you're putting your money on that they won't lose no more than 8 points. So if they lose by 6, you win.
Okay. Okay.
As we go more into the show, I take the plus a lot because that's where you're going to make real money and prop bets. That's where you're going to make real money. And I have a bunch of mistakes here that I see people make also too. We'll get into that.
Okay.
Mr. Kenneth.
So handle.
I saw that term on there, but to be honest with you, I've never even discussed the term handle. Heard anybody else use the word handle? I saw that on your list, and I'm like, handle. All right, yeah, I don't.
What?
It might be something. It might be something that messed my style up right now, so I don't even want to know about that. Like, nah, I never. Every other thing I was reading your list, and I'm like,
yeah, but handle.
It could be, and this is just a shot in the dark because I haven't gotten here yet. It could be horse racing. It could be something I'm not betting in yet because I don't know it yet. So it could be for a specific sport. I'm not sure, so I'm not gonna sit on your show and lie or try to make something up.
Well, I appreciate your honesty, right? All right, so money line.
Money line is a way. That's away from points and from over under. Money line normally, if you're looking at the column, there's 1, 2, 3, and money line's normally all the way to the right, and that's just where the money is lining up or where you want to put your money on for them to win. That so you don't worry about the spread. This is just me putting it on the money line for this team to win.
Oh, okay. So straight up.
It's like straight up, and that's the thing. Some websites will use straight up, some websites will use money line. But it's funny. I'll hear people talking. They'll say both of them. Be like, yeah, I'm gonna take the straight up in the money line. It's like, well, that's kind of the same thing. But yeah, I feel you. Now, if you're gonna take a spread and take the money line, then yeah, that's a smart bet. If you feel that strong about it, like if I feel strong that you're gonna cover the plus spread, I normally take the plus money line too. Because the money line is probably a plus. If the spread's a plus, then the money line most likely is a plus also. So you can double your money up, or you can win more money that way. Depends on the sport. Depends on the sport. Depends on the spread. But yeah, that's what money line is. Money line is pretty much you're putting your money on this line for that team to win. No spread, no over under. I want them to win at these odds you're giving me right here.
Okay, easy day. That makes sense. Line maker.
Line makers are the people who makes the bet, that makes the lines.
Okay. Yeah, straight up.
Simple. Yeah. The line makers in Vegas are setting the spread, are setting the points at the line makers, the odds makers.
Parlay.
Which is so many people do parlays and I can't stand them. Parlays are 3 or more player or team or over under bet that you make and all have to cash in for you to win. Now, the money you can win is astronomical. For instance, I had a friend text me last week about a parlay. It was a 6-topic parlay in the NBA. It was the over under, the spread, the money line, and it was 3 different players doing certain things. So one player's got to be 24.5 plus. in points. One guy's got to be 11 and a half rebounds. I text him back. He put 40 up. He would have won back 548 for $40. Yeah, because you're all those things are cashing in. Depends on what the money spread, what the money line on each one is,
right,
for you to win. If they're all pluses, then yeah, you could cash in big like that on bets like that. I told him don't do it. I don't like having to depend on three and
different
4 and 5 different things that happen. I need one or two things to happen. Or if it's a prop bet, I need one thing to happen. And you make so, and we'll get to prop bets. I make more money on prop bets than anything else right now.
So you feel like with parlays, it's just too many variables?
I don't like them. I'll give them out. I have a friend named Eric Smith. Shout out to my homie Eric Smith back east, man. One of my best friends. He hits me up for parlays all the time. He's like, I know, man, but I'm gonna just put 20. I'm gonna just put 30. I'm gonna just put 50. But he could probably make like 310 that night, 350 that night off that $20. If all those parlays hit. March Madness is huge for parlays because you could probably, if you're like me, I had an 85% bracket this year. I even saved it so people can't try to front on me like I did. I had an 85% bracket. I had Carolina in a national championship game all the way through.
And I'll tell you this: if that's the case, I really should, because me and Swan Don on Rooted in Sports did a parlay, or not did a parlay. We did a bracket, and honestly, if I did a parlay round one, I probably would have cleaned up because I predicted a lot of damn upsets.
That's where a lot of people. That's where a lot of people go to Vegas for that weekend and clean up first and second round. Because there's so many games. First, like for instance, take all the ones, right? Possibly take 3 of the 2s, right? A 12 beats a 5 every year for like the last 9 years. A 12 beats a 5. There's that 9-8 matchup. Like, yeah, you can cash in, or you can just go really, really sour and really bad with it. Guys, most parlays I know are done in football season because a lot of those are just 3 teams. But you need 3 teams to win. But to make any real money, I would go 3 teams to win, but they got to cover. And I'm looking at some of the money lines. I need some of that money on the money lines too. Like I need this underdog right here. Yeah, but even without that starting left guard, left tackle, football tricks people because the average betting person, the average betting person doesn't watch enough sports to bet the money that they bet.
Thank you.
The average person I come across that I get into discussion with, and we start talking sports betting, I can tell how much sports they watch. I can tell. One guy told me he's been putting money on the Phillies lately, and in my head, I'm like, okay, you live in LA. You're always at work. Philly games are at 4 p.m. out here because they're at 7 p.m. back east.
3 hours.
When they're playing in the division, it's all there. So nothing's out here. When are you watching the Phillies? But he's watching these trends, and we'll get into trends. But I don't trust trends. I trust my eyes. I don't fail the eye test. I believe what my eyes tell me. And sometimes that falls into trends, but I don't look at the trend first. A lot of times, Kenneth, I'll make picks and then I'll go to websites and then I'll see who they picked. I try to do it that way to see where I'm at. And a lot of mornings, bruh, I'm laying in my, I'm like, ooh, okay. You got a Vegas brain, bro. You got a Vegas brain.
You feel good about yourself, huh? After the fact.
Because then I'll go back through and I'll say, okay, I don't trust that line. I'm gonna go with the opposite. Like something that's gonna happen tomorrow night. I told you and your boy 2 weeks ago on the show, Bucks and 6. I told y'all. It's over tomorrow. It's over.
Okay. We'll definitely see what happens. But I'll tell you this. I told Mr. Swan Don, I told him that I think the Mavericks have a chance to really make it out of this. I think the Mavericks can.
I told y'all that on my show. Remember, I told you for the plus 250, I took them, and y'all were like, I was like, bro, it's going 7 and then 7 and then 7. Just my opinion. Give me Luka over Booker in a 7.
Easy day.
Give me, because I know you don't have anybody to guard him.
No, you don't.
He's getting 38 or more that day.
Easy day.
All he needs is another guy to do 21.
And now he does. Now he has that Jalen Brunson.
And they got these shooters. And Booker can be taken out. Chris Paul can be kind of taken out. Get the DeAndre in foul trouble, bro. Like I said that on y'all show. I said, well, I picked them to win this round just because I like the plus 250 on them. I was like, you know what? Yeah, plus 250. So $100 get you 350 back.
Well, they just they just beat them pretty bad today. So
I know,
pretty ugly. So okay,
game 7
coming up. We're gonna see what happens with that game tomorrow. So point spread.
Spread is the points that you think they're going to win by, you think they're going to lose by. Okay. 4.5, 3, 2, 1. Always be wary of high point spreads. Those will trick you in. And when it comes to basketball, I never take point spreads on 1 or 2. Never on one, like 1.5, 2.5. Nope, not touching it. You're asking me to predict a loose ball. Pretty much, because if Vegas thinks the game's going to be that close,
it's a loose ball away from.
Yeah, because if Vegas, think about it, Vegas thinks it's a 2.5 or a 3-point game, so that means a loose ball either way. I can't predict that, so I don't take that. Those games, I look for the over under, or I'll look on the money line. Like, you know what, I don't like that, but I'll just take the Heat to win this game, though. I'll just take the Heat to win it. So point spread is the points that they set. Baseball and hockey, a lot of times they keep it low. Hockey, a lot of money is made on puck line and over under. So point spread is the numbers that they set for you to win by or lose by.
And to you, the magic number for point spread is what, 4 or 5?
What sport?
Football.
5.
Basketball.
4.5.
Hockey.
Puck line. Yeah, puck line. 2. Goal and a half, 2 goals. Because most hockey games this year, goaltending was horrible. There were more teams that scored over 8 goals this year, more teams ever than NHL history. Like, goaltending was horrible. It's been horrible in the playoffs. Teams are winning 6-2, 6-3, 7-2. It's goaltending is so. I've taken over on most, and the average hockey game is over under is 5, 5.5, 6.5, 7. Stay away from or not stay away from, but take the under.
Baseball.
2 runs.
2 runs.
Yeah, 2, 3 runs. Baseball, I like prop bets more. You make more money on prop bets in baseball.
Oh, speaking of prop bets, that was our next term anyways. Prop bets.
Prop bets are my favorite. They're my
favorite. Why are they your favorite? Break it down to us, Veejay.
You can make so much money on prop bets, but you have to watch games.
Right.
You got to watch games. So, for instance, in baseball, I'm always looking for the home run. I like hits and home run and strikeout prop bets. So, if Noah Syndergaard is going on the bump tonight, and I know he's going against the Reds that are the worst team in Major League Baseball, his over-under strikeout is 8.5. Runs are down, home runs are down, hits are down across the league. Yeah, I'm taking that over. He's getting 9 or 10 Ks. He can get that in 5 innings. And sometimes something like that will be like a plus 250, plus 300, plus 450. $100 get you $550 back on just all you need him to do is get 9 strikeouts, and you know he's probably going to do that. I've won a lot off of Giannis's points, and prop bets are they're individual. Back to the example, they're individual player bets. Is what prop bets are. What I do love about betting now is you can in-game prop bet. Like, there was a guy on Bleacher Report posted the video, went viral. He won like $12,000 off of last rebound of the game in the Bucks game the other night, and it was on.
Wow.
And he had the money on Portis, and Portis got that rebound.
So prop betting is that deep?
Because yes, I've seen guys win $1,000 off a $100 prop bet because it'll be a plus 900. But you just it's so awesome because I like breaking the game down. You've done shows with me, you know how I get down.
Right.
So prop betting is really breaking the sport down. When you look. The other night, Al Horford was a plus 1,500. A plus 1,500 to be the game's leading scorer. Who's the game's leading scorer the other night? Al Horford. Somebody knew something, but they set that so high. But there's some Celtic fan, trust me, there's some Celtic or there's some Florida Gator alumni who had 100, 500, 600, 1,000 to drop on that. That means they got 16 grand back.
That's crazy.
On a $100 bet. And he goes off and leads the game in scoring. I lost on a prop bet like that. I think it was game 2 or game 3. I had Clay. I put $10 on Clay to be the high score in that game because Clay always has a breakout and it just hasn't happened yet. So I'm like, oh, you know what? After a win on the road and then a loss, Morant had the 47, and then they're going back home. Watch Clay tonight, and it didn't cash in. Well, Clay had like 18 or. I was just like, man, are you kidding me, dude? So you lose on him, but you don't lose a lot. And I love him in football. I cleaned up in the playoffs. Quarterback touchdown passes 2.5. So you need him to throw 3 touchdown passes that day. But if it's Pat Mahomes, you take that prop bet every Sunday. Some Sundays they'll try, because he's throwing 2 or 3. He's throwing 2 or 3.
Easy with it, yeah.
And if you miss a few weeks, you're gonna have enough weeks to make that money up and then some if you keep following that guy. Sacks is always a big plus. Like 2 sacks today are half. So he just needs 1 sack or 1.5.
Can you do catches?
Yes.
Yeah. Catches.
Yards. Yards, fumbles, sacks, pass defenses. It's all out there, man. So that's why prop betting to me, and that's so far, they have to put the pluses high. So that's where you really, really can make money. Because once again, 8.5 catches, and your receiver just happens to have 9 grabs that day, but the plus on it was like a plus 800 because it probably wasn't going to happen, but Vegas still puts it on the board for you. And if you feel like that guy, but this is where you got to go look at the pass defense, who's going to be covering. This is where you have
to really know the sport.
And not only that, you got to do your homework, like back to strikeouts or home runs and prop betting in baseball. Mm-hmm. What I do is if I pick a prop bet, I go see who's the opposing starting pitcher before I pick who's the opposing starting pitcher. How many home runs is he giving up? How many home runs to left or right hand batters has he given up? How many home runs early has he given up? Then how many hits and home runs and blah, blah, blah has this guy done early? And if I feel like he struggled early, like his last 2 starts, this guy's been hot early his last 3 games, half a home run. All I need is him to hit 1. All right, bet. There you go, bro. Here's 10. But 10 on a, $200 bet, 210 back. Because there'll be a plus 200. The 200 is what you're getting back, and then you get back the 10 that you put up. So you get 210 back. So you put up $10 and get $210 back on some of these bets.
Look, I'm sitting here for the fans. I'm sitting here thinking, like, what the hell have I been doing for the past? The hell have I been doing for the past 10, 15 years, man? I should have been prop betting.
Yeah,
right.
Prop bets, man. That's my favorite.
Okay, so prop bet. I'm sure, and you do. I'm assuming Husky bets, a lot of prop bets.
Oh, a lot of prop bets. I put a prop bet. I put at least 3 prop bets out every day.
Every day.
Every single day I find, sometimes there's actually an app called Prize Picks. And me and the CEO became friends through Twitter. So I help promote kind of this thing because I love the way he has it set up. It's an app. It's all prop bets. It's no team bets. It's all players, every sport, MMA, boxing, bowling, golf, tennis. But it's no teams.
Water polo.
It has every NBA player on it. But it's their points, assists, rebounds, blocks, steals. And so if you just want to go to an app just for prop betting, and when I saw that, I said, okay, so I'm not that far ahead of everybody else because this homeboy got a whole damn app that's just prop betting. He knows. And he has it win 2 ways. You could pick 2 guys. You have to pick 2 guys. And if one guy hits, you get if you put up 20, you get 20 back. If both of them hit, you get 3 times your money. So if both guys hit, you get 3 times your money. So if you put up 100, you get.
So it's like parlay prop betting.
Pretty much. But I'll take 2 parlays. But I also have the option to only have 1 hit. There's an icon that you have to touch. Are you going for a full or half? I normally just do it because I'm like, man, I ain't going to put it on both for unless I feel real strong about it. But that's just – and then there you can just double. All right, this night I lost and then double. 10 turns to 100 real quick over a span of for me, 10 turns to 100 like a week and a half. Everyone just put 10, yeah.
I've heard of this app before. I've a few buddies that use it. So yeah, wow. Yeah, Prize Picks. Ooh, check it out, fellas. Okay, so push.
Oh, I hate these guys. All right, so because push is happening to me a lot on over-unders.
Okay.
Push is happening a lot to me, man, on over-unders. So like if
it's a push,
it means I mean House wins but doesn't win, but they still win because they get to keep your money. So if it's a 7-point spread if it's an over under of 220 in the NBA and it lands on 220, like the score is 112, 108 or 220, that would make 220, 112, 108, you don't get your money.
Why not? It's a push.
Because you didn't win. You have to win in sports betting. There's no ties. Ties go to the runner in baseball, right? Tie goes to the receiver in football. The corner, receiver go up, both come down. Tie goes to the receiver. Yeah, tie goes to the house, man. It's a push.
So that's a push.
You don't win. You don't win.
Okay. So push. Push is a tie.
Yep.
So over and under.
Over under, I love over and under, especially in football and especially in basketball. You know what? I like it in hockey too. Over under is just the total points that both teams are going to score.
Easy day.
Easy day, but you can make really, really good money on over unders when they're definitely on the plus side. When they're on the plus 110, 120, plus 200 on the over, sometimes you see the over really jump up high, and it's like, these two explosive offenses. And on those games, normally defenses show up and make a play of these explosive offenses, and you don't get the cover. And it's like, damn, they pushed it up to 53. I should have knew better. Because 53 means both teams got to score over 25, or somebody's just got to get blown off the field. So you see 53, 54. It's like, are both these teams going to score over 25 points? That's 6, 7 touchdowns. Like, am I see that much action? I'm sure the defense is – because this defense is ranked 13th in the league. I'm sure they're not going to just let these guys. So average NFL spreads normally in between like 41 and 44, 45 points, because the average team averages 22 points a game, like 22 and a half game in the NFL. Mm-hmm. So even at 24, 28, 22, 22 is 44. So they keep it between, most of the spreads you're going to see at like 42, 46 and a half. Sometimes Chiefs, Packers, 47, 48 and a half, because they'll score. And if you let them get going, they'll beat you 38-10. And that clears the 47. That even clears 47 and a half, because that's a total 48. So if you let them get going, they'll hang 40 on you. So Vegas kind of sets those over-unders. Hockey, the average is like 5.5, 6 goals. Average team in hockey scores like 2.83 goals a game for the average team as far as scoring goes. League high this year was like almost 4 goals a game, the Florida Panthers. So they were the league high, and the league low was like 1.8, 1.9 goals a game.
And I saw the Florida Panthers play, the Breakroom breakdown knows, but I went to Chicago. I was at the first time in Chicago. I had to go to a Blackhawks game. They played the Florida Panthers. It got the brakes beat off of them.
Yeah. Yeah. They were the best team. Most people pick them or the Avalanche to win the Stanley Cup.
The Florida Panthers?
Yep. Yeah, they're the number one seed in the East.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're high powered. I love hockey, man. I tell people all the time, if you're not watching playoff hockey, you're missing a boat. It's basketball and football on ice.
Right.
It's basketball and football on ice. And those you're watching guys and some of these guys, it's just like every other sport. Everybody's getting bigger. You're seeing guys on a hockey ice, man, 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", and he's got 4-inch, 3-inch skates on, so he's even bigger now. Alex Ovechkin, he's 6'5". He's a big ass dude.
And it's physical. That's a physical.
Yeah, and physical. And skating that fast, that nimble, trying to control this little black puck. I love playoff hockey. I DVR all of that too, man. I try to watch as many playoff hockey games as I can late at night when everything else is over. I'll go back and watch me some playoff hockey.
Well, I'm actually just getting into becoming a hockey fan. So adding more unique sports to my repertoire.
Okay. What helped me with it was when I first got into radio, the first national show I ever did was called the Scott Farrell Show at Sirius Satellite Radio in New York. And I was put on by Mike Hill. They used to be over ESPN. That's with Fox Sports now. And he's the one who introduced me to them. They put me on, and they were huge hockey heads. So it was an old school studio that had like 8 televisions, screens going around. And it's a Friday night. I'm in New York. I'm doing the show. Look, I go, yo, man, can we get one of these, one of the NBA games, all this stuff? And he's had a raspy voice because he'd done so much drinking in his career. He's like, it's straight hockey over. It's straight hockey over here, bro. It's straight hockey, bro. So when I was, and then that's how I learned it. And my wife right now, when she first started with ESPN, her very first job there was cutting highlights for the NHL. So that's how I got it. Yeah. So I started watching to watch which game she was going to have, and then watch her highlight later that night on SportsCenter. And one of her highlights won an award. Matter of fact, she had a Blackhawks highlight win a highlight award when she was a young pup. It was like 15 years ago, man, when she started over at ESPN. So that's how I got into hockey, man. And then playoff hockey is it's like playoff basketball, playoff football, playoff. It gets elevated.
So last term, Juice.
I saw that one too, man. I don't know what the hell that means. Juice. That was a great movie.
I was about to say Omar Epps, Tupac. You know what?
I saw that term too, bro. Like I said, I'm not gonna come on your show in front, bro. Juice. I almost wanted to look that one up. Like I've never, and I've talked to. I won't put his name out there, but I've talked to one of the lead Fox sports betting analyst from Vegas. I did an interview with him on Fox Sports Radio. We talk all the time. I've never heard handle and juice, even from this guy. And he's been doing it for 40 years. I've never heard him say something juice or something handle. I was like, okay, yeah. I'm gonna just tell his fans that, yeah, I don't know that one, bro. So this ain't a master's course. It's just a bachelor's.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's an overseas betting term.
Or like I said, or it could
Canadian.
be a sport that I'm not. Yeah, it could be a sport that I'm not betting on yet, man. I would love to get into horse racing, and I love golf, and all those spreads are crazy too. But that's such a long shot. I haven't made any. I did put money on Tiger because I was so happy to see him back. So I did put money on. Yeah, but everybody lost their money on Tiger. Vegas cleaned up on Tiger.
Wow. Okay.